so many cool stuff. Like if you honestly, like it's one of my favorite series. I don't know if it'll be something you like, but I can highly recommend picking out a couple of different books. I could probably
Guards, the First Witches. I forget what the First Witches book is called, and Mort.
Mort was the one I started on.
Mort.
Yeah.
Mort isn't actually the first, it's one of the early ones, but it's not one of the first ones, but it's definitely one of the best introductory
You
books.
don't need to read any of them in order, except for the first two. Because they're all disconnected with their own self-contained stories.
Yeah.
Things happen in later books that have repercussions from previous books, but you don't need to know them to read them.
The Colour of Magic is also the introductory book for the Arcane Universe.
And the Light Fantastic. Those two are the first two, but you could not read either of those, because I still haven't.
Yeah. Mort Goldman.
But yeah. Anyway. There's sort of enough gushing about...
I have too much to say about that series.
So listen to our companion podcast about D&D.
Reflex Save After Dark.
D&D and Terry Pratchett. But instead, you can listen to this podcast that you're listening to right now for this week's episode of Reflex Save. Last week, the entire party had spent their time in Goodmead. And yeah, I think Zimmer said it best in that a series of unfortunate events.
I mean, that's one way to put getting your chest crushed in your sleep.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I would certainly put it. It's quite unfortunate.
Suboptimal. And your mate copping an anal probe.
Suboptimal. You could have played that better.
No, I like suboptimal. That was definitely suboptimal.
Chest crush.
It was definitely a skill issue.
It definitely does tank my speed run of life. 100%.
Dying in your sleep, it's a new one.
It's too early. It ruins the run.
Speedrunning life, that's a pretty heavy... The more you think about it, the more heavy you realise that is.
But I want 100% speed run.
Nice.
However, what I want to do before we jump into this week's episode is I have another thing to read to you guys about the happenings in Icewind Dale. We find ourselves in Bryn Shander. The day of the new moon is set to arrive. Most people, while still on the streets, seem to be milling about anxiously. They know tonight, someone will die. The main gates have been shut to all travellers leaving the city, with a town watch posted at each exit to ensure no one tries to shirk their duty to the ritual. We follow some of the watch as they walk the streets. We can see the general city folk are eventually starting to form loose lines heading towards the town hall. Everyone knows they must put their name in for the lottery to be drawn tonight. Anyone found not to have entered their name, well, the next new moon may have a less random chance of picking someone. The watchman we follow greets some as they walk by, and it looks like one of them has a number of loose posters. Every so often they'll stop somewhere putting one up. By now, a familiar sight in Bryn Shander, the hunt for the serial killer named Jask Tibbet. Some say he was a madman from Duggan's Hole, and his victims are barely recognisable when they're found. None can really agree on what he looks like, but every day more and more people are looking over their shoulder, wondering, am I being followed? Who's that person? I haven't seen them before. Didn't some strange group of people come through recently claiming to have seen him? What if they're the killers? Is Jask even real? The two watchmen finish putting up a poster at the intersection of the town hall and turn down one of the main roads leading to the southwest gate. Both are talking in low whispers, we can't make out, until one of them is passed by a man in fine dress clothes, black and grey and red, which contrasts to the heavy coats and winter gear that other passers-by have. One of the watchmen stops and turns to watch the man walking down the side street, where he disappears. What is it? Nothing, I think. You ain't been paid enough to think. Why would stop? It's just... Is that hobnob that walked away? Have you seen him before? Nah. Too many people in the city. Don't know them all. Yeah, me too, but... I can swear his face seemed familiar. Both of them stand still for a bit, watching the space where the man had left. Despite the heavy winter gear, they're beginning to sweat. And just as that ominous feeling begins to break, they're interrupted by a voice coming from the alley beside them. An old man hobbling towards them. Hello, youngsters. Why, whatever are you doing? Both watchmen whip around, and finding the old man, they begin to feel a little bit embarrassed about getting so worked up. "Ah, nothing, you old coot. Speaker's orders. We're putting up posters for this Jask fellow." "Oh, how exciting! A wanted poster. What's he in for, then? Running out on the tab on Northlook? Stealing a mule from Old Skeen, eh?" No. We're looking for the bastard for murder. Apparently there's a serial killer on the loose. Bad business with the new moon and everything. Everyone's already on edge." "I see, yes. Oh, wait. Can I see that? Yes, the poster. Oh, my eyes aren't what they used to be." The watchman hands over one of the posters. Oh, yes, handsome devil, isn't he? "I don't know about that. Anyway, we'd better be moving on." Yes. Wait, you're looking for this man?" "Yeah, we are. Do you have any information?" "I thought I saw someone like this sleeping under the stairs to my house. I thought he was a homeless man. Where do you live?" Both watchmen tense up. "Oh, just down here. Just coming up for my perpetual morning walk. I don't know if he's still there. Do you want me to show you?" The old man starts to hobble back down the alleyway, and after a moment, the watchmen give each other a look, shrug, and follow the old man. The alley is not long, but it's covered, and further down, the pale light that filters through causes it to get darker and darker. "At least you got a light down here, old man. It's dangerous back here." Yes. I guess I'm used to it, you know. You get so old and you get to know where everything is. Sometimes I forgot to turn on the light at my own home. Yes. Lights. He trails off. At the end of the alley, the old man turns into a corner which seems to be unnaturally dark and announces, "Here we are," and steps into the darkness. The two watchmen are stopped by the sudden disappearance and look confused. Where did the old man go? Why is it so dark back up here? One goes to light up a lantern while the other weakly calls out, "Hey, old man, where'd you go?" The lantern lights up, and despite being thrown directly into the shadow, the darkness remains, and from the void, a voice replies, "I'm right here." Suddenly, two arms shoot out of the darkness and grab both guards, pulling them in. The lantern drops to the ground, and we hear sounds of panic and pain, a struggle and a yell cut short. The lantern rolls in front of the space where the horrific sounds emanate. After a time, and in some silence, an arm emerges from the darkness, picks up the lantern, pulls it in, swallowing the light.
Bum, bum, bum.
Talking about light, it is pre-dawn the next day from the harrowing night that Woden and Horatio has had. And just before the light creeps over the horizon, Sveta wakes up in her house, quietly gets out of bed. Carnelian's still sleeping in the couch in the same room, and she quickly gets herself dressed and steps out of her house, where Otto's waiting.
And not Dog. Oh, I suppose Dogcliff if he's awake.
He's sleeping. He's there. He's chilling.
Yeah. I will take my shield and staff. Oh, actually, no, I'll leave that there. And take Otto with me to the forest out the back. And as soon as I reach the tree line, Sveta will transform into a snow leopard and seek out just something of nature, maybe like a deer or something close by. Do you want me to roll for that?
So you disappear into the woods, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a survival check.
I roll a perception check with my nose. I get keen sense.
Yeah, sure.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You make your way a little bit into the forest and you sniff the air, the cold and crisp pre-morning, and you think you catch the scent of something. You start to follow it.
Yeah. Like, kind of like signaling to Otto as well to follow.
He's following close behind you.
If I follow it, what do I find?
After a little bit of time following the scent, you get to an area where there's a hollow between a bunch of trees, and standing near the bottom of it, you can see a deer.
Alright. I'll sneak up to about like 20 feet away.
Roll a stealth check.
21?
Jesus. Nice.
You very quietly creep forward, and Otto seems to be mimicking your movements, so he's like quietly hunched down behind you, following exactly in your footsteps. The deer below you, it seems to be like getting at a tuft of grass under the snow, and then he suddenly like looks up, looks around, but then goes back to eating whatever he's eating. And you're about 20 feet away.
Alright, I'm going to use my pounce action to leap towards it with my claws extended to attempt to kill it on sight.
Bursting out of the undergrowth, roll a hit with advantage.
That was an 18, by the way.
Oh, man!
Take it.
It's fine. 18.
Okay. the gods,
am God.
the gods have spoken, and you leap from the underbrush, catching this deer by surprise. It barely has a chance to turn its head to you and flee as you catch it off guard. It rolls a strength check, does it?
I'll
Strength saving throw.
I'll attack it first with the claws, and then if it's still up, then it has to make a strength saving check or be prone.
Oh, yes.
So I just wonder if I'm going to kill it outright. 7 slashing damage.
Okay. 7. It is, straight away as you hit it, it just goes rolling down the hill, and you go down the hollow, and you go rolling with it. It is dead on impact. You've just like the impact in the claws it's down right away.
Excellent. So it's just bleeding profusely from its neck where I slashed it. I will use my mouth and take it over to the nearest tree.
Otto is jumping out with you, and he's like, and he starts like slashing at it as well.
I'll let him have a good time with it. And I'll take it over to the closest like cedary tree and start digging a hole at the base of the tree as I normally do. And I'll shove the body in as a leopard, and then I'll transfer back into Sveta. And just like sit there for just a moment looking at the deer. I'll put my hand on the tree trunk itself. Thank you, Sylvanus.
You put your hand on the tree trunk, and you've always felt that connection being out here in the wilds of Icewind Dale. But as you touch your hand to the cold trunk, you don't feel anything.
I'll take my hand away and like kind of like frown, because it's like I didn't feel like anything from that, and I don't know if it's because like maybe it wasn't a predator that I like shoved against the tree or something. But I'll use my second wild shape for the day, and I'll try and track down like maybe a wolf or something, or maybe not a Verbeeg. Or a bear. But it's just something like...
Save us some time.
Yeah, I mean, it would. Yeah, I'll try and track something down that's not a deer.
Okay. So you start sniffing out. So you change again, and then Otto is once again trailing behind you.
Yeah.
You start moving away from where you've pulled this deer in. Make a perception check with advantage.
15.
You are picking up a lot of scents in the forest. I mean, you know, there's definitely things like foxes and rabbits, all things trying to hole up and survive here. You're sniffing around for about 20 minutes, and you do think you catch the scent, this sort of like canine scent, which you start to follow.
I'll do that.
Tracking it closely, wolves can move very quickly through their territory. And you think you're following, possibly a couple of wolf scents, and eventually you come up to a sort of little cave area, and you can see a couple of white wolves that seem to be lying around, like just the entrance of the cave.
I'll try and attack one of them.
Okay.
If there's one like outside of the cave at all.
Yeah. So, do you want to try and sneak up closer, or?
Yeah, roll stealth.
Okay, roll stealth.
No, that's not the right dice.
Take the first one.
Yeah.
13.
Okay. You're creeping up, and wolves are pretty hard to sneak up on, with their great hearing, keen sense as well. But you do manage to creep up close and you're behind like a little bit of a boulder that leads to the cave. And there seems to be one that's just laying about at the cave entrance in front of you. There's a few others as well that you can see, but there's one that's close.
All right. I'll sneak up to it, like right up to it, and like put my mouth onto its neck.
Oh, jeez.
Like
All
just
right.
to like maybe like rip that out so it can't like yell.
Okay.
It's just like the Animal
Roll.
Kingdom equivalent of a slit throat.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, I'm going to count this as kind of like a grapple, so I think it's going to be an opposed... so you've got to use athletics, I think, and I can use athletics or
Just be
acrobatics.
straight up strength for me.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be dex for me.
Roll for the leopard takedown.
Okay.
5.
I also rolled a 5.
Oh, really?
Let's go roll off again.
Okay. That's better. 21.
13. So, you put your mouth over the wolf's head and bite
Oh,
down.
crap, he's biting its freaking head
And
off.
it sort of like makes this kind of like whimpering sound. Like it's like trying to struggle against you. What do you do?
It'll feel like the pressure of like my feline teeth just crush its like snout.
Ugh.
Jesus.
Okay, roll me
Damn,
a
Major,
hit.
you're
Roll to
scary.
hit. If you hit, this will be a critical strike
Oh, okay.
because it's counted as kind of helpless.
Oh, that's not bad. 18.
That's a hit. Roll critical strike damage.
Boom.
Where are my d10s? Hello. 9.
9. So is that 9 total?
Yep.
Okay. So
9 piercing.
you start crushing its skull, and it yelps out. The other wolves all, like there's like maybe 3 or 4 of them, prick up their ears, and they all like stand all of a sudden. It tries to struggle out of your grasp. Roll the straight up strength.
Oh, that's not bad. 20. A dirty
16, so it doesn't get out of your grasp. Would you like to try and attack it again?
one. Yeah, just like crush its snout even further, like just blood squirting.
Just roll to hit.
Man, I'm so glad I'm rolling really well. 21.
And that is also a critical strike as well because it's helpless.
Okay.
Jesus.
Its head is in your mouth. It's pretty helpless.
Ooh, there you go.
14, 17.
With a final yelp, the wolf suddenly goes limp and silent, and the other wolves, just after hearing that, suddenly back away and then all scatter in different directions.
Excellent. I'll take this one, still like at the scruff of its neck, with my mouth, and find another tree, and still dig the hole, and then just violently chuck it into the base of the tree. But I won't transfer back. I'll just lay both my paws, I'll stand up and lay both my paws on the tree.
A terrifying image. This giant
Like-
snow leopard.
See someone go,
That's messed up, man. This bloody sort of more.
Just covered in blood.
covered in blood from,
paws
yeah.
covered, and just scrape down the tree, and I just want to try and feel that warm feeling that I usually get whenever I actually level up. It's
literally the last 15 minutes. That
yeah,
was,
it's what is it?
And all you feel is the fading excitement from the fight that you had with the wolf. That sort of almost post-adrenaline feeling starting to drain away. But from the tree, you don't feel anything.
All right. So if nothing is felt, I am not going to transform back, but I am just going to leave with Otto in tow, back towards where I'm pretty sure Goodmead is. I hope I'm not lost. I didn't actually track my way. Oh no, I would probably know these woods pretty well.
Yeah, this is home to you.
Get all my bundles from here.
You would.
Hey!
Yeah, I'll head back. And just before, I've past the tree line, but just before I enter the town, I'll transform back. I will do nothing about the blood on my face, though.
Okay.
Savage.
Just lick it.
Actually, yeah, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to lick it off.
So you head back to your house. It's around now starting to be perpetual dawn. Is Carnelian awake at this point? Is he still asleep?
He'd probably be in the process of waking up if it was getting actually too dawn.
As Carnelian wakes up, Sveta opens the door, and you can see her framed in the early light with blood still on her face.
Yeah, all over my hands and my face. I'll go through the door.
Carnelian, looks up, out from under blanket, looks around.
Tea?
What happened to your... You got red on you.
I'll just poke my tongue out and just did I get it? Lick it off.
It's still all over. It's just close enough.
Keep going.
Want some coffee or tea? We have
It's a coffee.
Coffee!
I heard Walden talking about coffee.
Tea sounds lovely.
Okay, I'll go over to
Do you
my...
want some honey for the tea?
I got honey.
Nice.
Throw some wax in there.
Yeah, I'll start just making a cup of tea. I'm a bit... my face is a bit, passive. But it's fine. It's better as normal.
Are you worried about tonight?
No, it's pretty normal for me. I'm not going to be happy about it, but hopefully everyone's here together and we can just give each other warmth.
I mean, if Warden has a bigger house, maybe we should... I don't know. Maybe we should all, huddle up in the same spot?
But a closer space, and then all bodies together and keep the warmth. I'm not worried. Are you worried?
Yes, all the time.
Just a general anxiety.
Should be okay. I'll try not to think about it during the day.
You have to understand, there is a level of, generalized anxiety that comes with being, a third of everybody's height.
Like being stood on.
I mean, being run over. I've not been stepped on, but people have, bumped into me. All the time.
Yeah. I don't think you have to worry about that anymore, at least for now. Maybe put that trouble aside. Just go through it today without any worries.
Oh, no, not here. I mean, but in the bigger, busier cities.
Yes, well, I'm not too keen about East Haven after we've been to Bryn Shander, but...
I mean, I'm not 100% sold on East Haven either, but there's the Durga, there's the ferry, there's the missing people, there's... I guess someone wanted a book.
Horatio wanted a book.
Horatio, yeah. There's just that...
It's a nicer city. I've not had good dealings there, but...
Are you as well?
Yeah. I'm still looking forward to traveling with you guys there. But we have to survive tonight.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's just no fire, I'm sure we'll be fine.
What if Warden steals all the blanket?
It's a good point.
Valid. He will.
It'll be okay. Well, are you feeling better from last night?
Ask me after the tea.
Okay. Kettle's boiling.
You hear the whistling as the kettle's beginning to be ready.
Take it off.
Pretty good.
I'll pour some teas, and I guess I'll bring out 2 extra cups just in case the guys come around. We'll just sit and have a chat with Carnelian.
I think they'd set their series for mid-morning, so it's going to be a couple hours away yet.
Yeah.
The boys.
You're sitting there, warming. You're warming up with the tea, and obviously the fire's been stoked on the sort of kettle stove that's inside that also sort of acts as a fireplace, and that being reinitiated sort of warms up the place. But you know that by this afternoon, all that has to be out. No fires, nothing.
before the guys come, I'll get like just a random thought in my head, and I'll grab from the side some shavings of a tree, and I'll like bundle it together with some twine and start burning it, and like put it in the center of the room in like a little vase,
Nice
hoping it's gonna be like some incense.
Get that dog smell out of here.
You don't mind the smell of my house, do you, Carnelian?
It smells kind of mostly like you, so it's not bad.
Thank you.
I mean,
I don't think the
some
other
just
two.
smell like owlbear as well.
Yeah, that can't be helped.
I don't think you would know that I said anything about the smell of your house.
I said something.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did.
Righto, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Cornelius is gonna like get his blanket, and he's gonna like magic towards the blanket. There's no like visible change, and then he's gonna like hand it to you, and it'll be like noticeably like toasty warm, kind of like
Oh.
it's just been dry cleaned.
Well, this is nice.
Is this allowed?
Oh,
I can only do one blanket at a time, but like I can like make things.
I think
warm.
the sacrifice is warmth rather than fire.
yeah, it's... No, I don't think they'll be happy if you
sorry.
did this.
Wounds facing the window. Oh, good morning.
That's a warm blanket.
That seems like cheating.
Heated blankets are not
No.
permitted.
I'll be back at mid-morning.
No, I don't think this is allowed. It's a good... I mean, you could try, but I wouldn't risk it.
This ritual sucks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dear diary.
I can't afford to leave here, though, so, you know.
Well, I don't want to be in any bigger town either. I don't know. I don't. It almost feels like not eating for an evening might be better.
I don't want to go to Duggan's hole.
I didn't say anything about that. I
Well, they
wanna
don't
do
eat
that.
on the night. I'm pretty sure.
I think they also give up warmth as well. There's also a small
Maybe
town.
it was the cares that don't.
The cares are definitely
Yeah.
the medium-sized ones that give up food. And they actually, you know this, they actually take food like from the town stores and they like leave it out of town
Yeah.
to be taken by the wild. So like, not only are they giving up them eating, they're also like draining
Giving up
their own
actual
supply.
food,
Yeah,
which
which
is
makes
why
the
small towns can't do it.
which makes the preceding like days very difficult for them.
It's not the worst thing for me. Like, I am covered in fur, but everyone else seems to hate it a lot more. You'll be fine. You got the coat of fur.
Yeah. No. It definitely seems preferable to going into a lottery.
Yes.
A couple hours later, Woden and Horatio rock up.
How do you feel this morning?
I feel actually fine.
Can you breathe normally?
Yeah, you worked wonders on my chest.
Well, Kellamore may have. I may have made a little prayer for you.
Whatever you did, I'm chalking that one down as another you saving my life.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunities to return the favour.
I hope so.
Good morning.
Knock on the door.
That was
morning,
like,
door.
just approaching.
Morning door.
Can we come in, door?
Morning door.
Monitor.
Morning door forever.
It's open.
Is there even a lock?
No.
The security system is a druid that can turn into a snow leopard, so
Yeah.
And the security system is being scary to everyone else in the town.
and an owlbear now.
Yeah, I'm protected.
You can see Dogcliff like sees you approach, starts wagging his tail. He's sitting on the porch.
Hello, boy. How are you? Oh, it smells in here.
Stop sniffing my home.
Dogcliff, did you take a dump in here? It really reeks.
Dogcliff has not been allowed inside, I think, since he got
I
there.
put cedarwood incense out.
No, I'm just checking.
My feelies.
Sverta, have you had a good morning? You're looking a little crimson around the mouth.
Oh,
What happened? Did you get in a fight?
no.
Do you need a salve?
No, I'm good. Wipe my face a little bit. No, I'm fine. I didn't desecrate the body.
Oh, hell yeah. Good job, Sveta.
No, I just went for a bit of a hunt.
Oh, is that what that was?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Carnelian. I guess you can prestidigitate this if you don't mind. The blood.
Wipe just makes like a little wiping motion with his hand, and it like things up.
Thanks.
Just disperses.
Sorry. I made some tea. Would you like some?
Please.
I'd love one.
Pour them some tea.
What leaf do you use? Woden had this wonderful tea that he got from the Way Right gift pack when he moved in.
Who?
Way Right.
Who's that?
It is a not-so-real estate company.
Oh! I get it!
Yeah.
Oh my god, so dumb.
I didn't get it last episode.
Yeah, do not think
No.
so highly of me. You need to come down. And then you'll find me
It's
down.
reload.
You'll find me down here.
No, this is a tea called Pu'er tea. It's very
yes.
woody.
That's from the Far East.
It will remind you of the 70s.
Oh,
Wait, which 70s are we talking about now?
The 1470s.
Yeah, pu'er is a Chinese tea.
It's just like
it's
a-
good.
Like a bark kind of.
Yeah, really like a woody,
Yeah.
like
It's very
ta-
earthy.
yeah.
And it just looks like almost like just dirty water in the
Yeah.
cup. But it tastes pretty good.
it's so good.
Sveta, this is great. This is way better than my tea.
I made it myself.
Perfect. You did the
Did you
steeping just the right amount of time.
did you
Thank
put
you.
honey into yours?
I have honey. It's like
Ooh.
a bear bottle.
Could I, maybe just a little bit. Can I
Someone
have
also
some?
gave me the honey, like pull out a like little jar of honey. He's like, someone give me some honey as well.
Do you store it next to your jar of bees?
What's that buzzing?
I swear, this talking about all the spin-off podcasts, we now have a tea appreciation podcast.
Oh, yes.
Invite Rachel into that.
Yeah.
Talk about tea all day.
You better be careful, Sveta. You'll get a pu'er dependency and then they'll have you. Right over the one.
No!
I'm going to bring some with us to East Haven, so it reminds me of
that'd
home.
be great. Yeah.
I heard they have really good jasmine over at East Haven.
Really? I will have to check that out. Well, then I also wrapped your fishing rod.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
It looks great with the handle, the leather strap. Where'd you get this leather strap from?
You gave it to me.
Yeah,
I also
you were
have a
handing out
s-
straps like candy.
Yeah, you gave me two.
Well, that was very nice of me.
That was very thoughtful. I don't know
What
what
a
to
nice
do with
guy
this
I am.
extra one. Would you want something made?
Oh. Yeah, hold on to it. See what you're feeling.
Okay. How are you guys faring this morning? You feeling good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, bit of a night.
Oh.
Woden lost Beef Cliff.
Gone. Just gone.
I'll look around my apartment. It's like, did you leave it here?
No, proper gone.
How do you lose such a hammer?
Yes, I don't think we ever had a chance to elaborate on your dream.
Don't you have like a?
You lost it in your dream or in real life?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
What?
But the thief didn't leave without dropping it in his chest. He if it wasn't for the power of Kellenvor, I think we may have lost one of our companions last night.
Yeah, I
Wait, someone
died.
broke
Oh,
into
what?
your house?
Into my bedroom, in fact, and killed me.
I'm.
I mean,
Crazy night.
Attempted to kill you.
He was
No, I was dead.
his
Horatio
chest,
saved my life.
his chest was collapsed.
Is it still collapsed? like brush away your shirt.
Oh, Sveta. I whipped my hair.
Do I see any markings or anything like that? Is it just strong pectorals?
No, it's just because I guess it was a blunt object, so I think my rib cage reforming itself probably would have taken care of most of the noticeable.
There's no bruising or anything like that.
Just-
Actually, yeah, good point. There probably is some bruising. It's probably
Despite how often you've been shirtless, I've never had a clear pic. Is he like?
You've never appreciated
Is he
him shirtless?
Like hairy chest, like he's just waxed.
allow me.
smooth?
I throw off all my clothes, drink it in, kind of
Like,
in.
What are we seeing here?
What's the situation?
landscape?
What's the situation? We got
The
a
man,
situation.
the Manscaped. This podcast is sponsored by Man.
Oh, you want to see that too? I go for the belt.
Take a look at this merkin.
No, Woden's, he's, what did I say, 6'3", I think. And he's very solid. He's not bodybuilder jacked, but he's lean and quite muscular.
Yeah.
So definitely a,
Smooth chest.
yeah, very smooth. Some hairs, essentially, Yeah, like in a cartoon, it would just be like those like 3 or 4 little curls on his chest.
Yeah, he's really
little
proud of.
wispy curls right in the middle.
Yeah, and that's about all the body hair he's got.
Okay, I can draw that. You can put your shirt back on.
No, it's okay. And as I sip my tea, you like kind of see that I'm like tensing a little bit while I'm
Aren't
with
you
the hand I'm
cold?
sipping with. Oh, freezing. Just helps the definition though. It makes the skin tighter, you know.
Perhaps this
Do you want a
training.
blanket?
Shit, I forgot my blanket. I was going to bring that today. You guys don't mind if I share your blanket, right?
Mine has cat hair.
That's okay. I'm not allergic.
Oh, I'm so glad. We've been traveling for quite a bit.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
But are you training for tonight to bear the cold of the night?
Oh yeah, I forgot that was tonight. That's exciting. How cool.
No.
Have you done one of these before here?
Oh yeah, I've been here for a couple actually. I quite enjoy it. It's a bit of fun, a bit different. Everyone usually would go to the mead hall. Big group cuddles. Pretty cute actually.
What do? Do you just stay at home and tense?
No, I go to the mead hall with everyone else in tents.
You of course.
Go in for this group spooning.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. I don't ever do that. I just stay at home.
What's our plan? Are we going to just stay in one person's house? Are we going to join the collection of spoons?
You look a bit flustered there, Horatio.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Horatio, have you been intimate with someone before?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever had to like cuddle up to someone to avoid death due to hypothermia?
Well, I've done some pretty spirited cuddling, but I wouldn't say we did it to prevent hypothermia. In fact, I think it was a little heated, and we required cooling down afterwards. Does that answer your question?
How's Killenville
Yes.
feel about that?
I haven't told him yet.
Oh, that's awkward.
Let's not talk about it. I'm a
Feel
man
the
of the
presence
cloth.
in the room with you, Dave.
I'm a man of the cloth now.
What about you, Walden? You have something special in your life.
Oh, I did. I did at one point. I was in
roll an
love,
insight
actually.
check?
Are you sure? Okay.
Okay, I won't.
You can.
Okay.
Go on.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you know him.
I know you so well. 22.
Yeah, he seems genuine in that he was in love.
Yeah. That's nice. Was it recent?
It was, I'd say probably 4 months ago. We met at a tavern. She is just mean, and I don't know what it is about her. She's just fell in love instantly. Her name was Christina something. And yeah, it didn't end well. Didn't end well though.
Oh, not a long distance thing or anything?
Oh no. Oh no. In fact, she's kind of the reason I can't go back to Luskan.
I thought it was a wizard.
He's involved.
Okay.
Wizard's daughter?
We'll get back to that another day.
Goodness, Warden, I didn't realize you had such a background in Luskan.
Yeah, I grew up there. You know, that's where the guild was, the adventuring guild as well. Went to university there. Most of my life was in Luskan.
Sorry, of course. I suppose I meant more along the lines of your legacy, I guess, that you left behind. Didn't realize that you couldn't return.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not a good idea for me to return. So, the Adventurers Guild, I kind of volunteered, but mostly was told to come out here and
Disappear yourself?
disappear myself, yes.
Wow.
Well, the Dale's better for it.
Yeah, I actually do. Like, it's a bit boring out here sometimes, but now that you guys are here, it's great. Having a
Aw.
great time.
Thanks. It's been very exciting with you guys
Other
being
than
here.
the collapsed chest cavity, it's been pretty fun.
All in a day's work in the guild.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Sonic he's received, large blunt force trauma to the chest.
That's true. Very true.
And so the day starts to while away from all of you as you're talking, gathering together. Are you going to be here at Sveta's for the night when the new moon happens, or you going to make your way to the town hall?
I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Stay at Sveta's or...
Regardless of where you guys decide to go, I will stay here.
I think we should probably stay here, if only because we have to consider the owlbear.
Consider the owl.
Taking Otto with
Tim had the exact same brain thought.
taking Otto with us into the meeting doesn't
true.
sound like the greatest idea.
If that was the case, like, if we all decided to go there, he would just go outside, because he's an owlbear. And he'll be fine.
He'll be okay?
He'll be fine. But I'm going to stay home.
Okay. And you want to stay here? Why, Sveta? I'm presuming you have a strategy for getting through these nights?
Well, even with everyone liking us and stuff, it's what I've done every cycle.
And it works for you?
It works fine.
Well, I propose we stay with Sveta, if it's all right with her, of course.
Yes, of course.
Being my first time experiencing one of these... Well, actually... Sorry, Callan. I think I've experienced one full moon before.
Yeah, I think we
Bryn Chandler.
Bryn Chandler. We spoke about this last time. I think
I forgot.
what I think happened there was like you were very new in town and you didn't really understand what was going on. Maybe someone explained to you at the event what was happening. And it's also a very different thing because you're not giving up warmth or food. Someone is literally
Giving up their
sacrificed. Yeah. So you've never experienced this kind of like it's hard to conceptualize as well, like this kind of thing where you can't have heating in this kind of bitter cold. Like it would be an absolutely terrifying prospect, I think, for people that know that kind of weather, like how it can really affect you. So you're going to want to rug up, you're going to want to get as many like warm things as possible and huddle together for warmth.
Yes, well, I haven't been here very long, but I can certainly tell you how cold it gets at night, so to do it without any source of warmth, I think, is going to be very difficult. So, yes, it would be great to stay here and do it with you, Sveta.
I really appreciate the warmth.
Still a little upset my blanket thing won't work.
You mean you cheat?
You can risk it in someone else's house, but not in my home.
Damn. House rules. Bitch.
Yeah.
My house, my rules.
And so the day turns into perpetual afternoon, and just before dusk, there's a knock at Sveta's door.
I'll go over to it and open it up.
You notice it as one of like the militiamen from the town, and they're going through, and this is pretty normal. They're checking to basically do final checks, like from here on out, no fires, no warmth. You can't do anything like that, and if you're caught, then the town will send people after you. Which is like, as he says that, he like looks at all of you and he's like, oh.
Do I know this particular guard from being here for a while?
Yeah.
What's
Sure.
his name?
Not
His
just.
name is Sven.
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 Oh. Sven. Hey, it's me.
Yeah.
Kind of poked my head out from wherever I was standing. We know the drill. And Sveta's been here before as well. We'll keep it under control. We know what to do.
I live here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That we both know what we're doing.
Ja, well, you know what to do. Don't let us be catching you with any fire, or if we do, we have to beat you up. And he's just like,
All right, Sven.
I come with my stick, yes?
You should stay with us tonight, Sven.
Oh, no, I have to beat up another person across town. They're starting a fire. Goodbye.
Bye, Sven.
Bye.
Thank you, Sven.
Love that guy.
He's
Got
alright.
such a funny accent.
That's a bit silly.
I have my beating stick.
I don't know.
He must be from Tourmaline.
Definitely got hints of Tourmaline in that accent. Yeah.
Please don't pigeonhole me into a single accent on a town.
If I have to use his accent.
Shaking a stick at people.
And so the long night begins. I'm going to assume that you've just pulled out every warm blanket that you kind of have.
Move the couch aside.
Move the couch.
Yeah.
And just in the center, you huddle together for warmth.
We did a binky run back to Williams.
Just getting it doesn't. It wouldn't be unreasonable. Just get everything you can, pile on, right? Because as soon as the warmth is gone, it's the night is long, and the wind howls at your windows.
Get like put the quarterstaff down in the middle of the room and like make like a makeshift tent with blankets.
You got Otto, you got Dogcliff as well for additional warmth there, and throughout the night as the new moon rises. Early on, it doesn't seem so bad, but you're like sort of sitting there, maybe talking to each other, sort of trying to get each other through the night, and you can feel the cold creeping in from the edges of the makeshift tent and like rugs that you've thrown down, and you're having to like hold each other close for that warmth, for that body heat, because the cold starts just to bleed in and get in everywhere. And it's almost like as you are like going later and later into the night, it's almost like the wind that's whipping against the windows creates like a long, low sort of like scream or howl, as if someone is flying out and about in the air. If you happen to look out, the complete darkness of the new moon really throws you. It's almost like the stars themselves have also been snuffed out. And eventually, sometime around midnight, a brilliant aurora fills the sky. Eventually, finally, even though it feels like it'll never come, perpetual dawn breaks. And you're back in Goodmead in the morning. You've survived the night.
Woo! I could have sworn I felt something on my leg, but
Sorry.
that's all right.
Morning glory.
These things happen when it gets cold.
I'll make us a tea.
What's your plans from here? You guys are waiting out the new moon to be here in Goodmead rather than being out in one of the bigger towns.
Yep, done that. So, books.
Check. Yeah, so I guess we stock up on supplies, maybe top up the salve kit if needed.
It's tapped.
Tapped?
Yep.
What else should we do?
I will grab a bundle of sticks for the road.
Make sure you've all got your shields.
Yep. Sveta.
Got your beef cliffs?
I got it!
Oh,
How dare
mate,
you.
that's a
Do
big
How
you-
dare you?
Do you want this? And I'll offer my quarterstaff. You seem a bit defenseless without Beefcliff.
I think I have a quarterstaff. No, I don't. I'd love one.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I will likely not need it.
Perfect. Appreciate that.
That's
And
okay.
I've got my own blanket this time, so I don't have to borrow yours anymore. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I had a lot of dark beer last night. Probably smells a bit.
It's okay.
And so the exchange of blankets continues.
I will also go over to Horatio. It's like, I forgot to give you this yesterday, but I made Jeffrey. It's like a potato dog. With like little stubby legs.
It's too much. It's beautiful. Thank you.
You put him on a leather strap and hang it around your neck.
His eyes are sort of glazed over a bit.
Oh yeah, I'll quickly like whittle a little hole in him and like feed the extra leather strap in there so you can have a necklace.
You're far too kind.
You'll have
Sweet.
You'll have to draw him for me when you're not drunk so I can do a better representation.
Yeah, absolutely. I am not much of a drawer with or without the drink, but I'll try and do a better rendition. Thank you, and I'll put it on immediately.
Oh. And it's probably a good time to start going to Goodhaven. Weast.
Good heaven!
Easthaven.
Eastmead!
It's Weast.
Brynmead!
Probably a good time to go to Easthaven.
Yes. You know me.
Sorry, one more. Good Shanda.
I was going to say Shin Brander.
Oh, Shin Brander's
Shin
good.
Brander's
I like
good.
that one.
And,
We
Yes.
could do a whole new adventure just based off these names.
Well, I don't. I've made it quite clear from the get-go what I want. But I think also it would be worth maybe inquiring a bit more about Jask. He seems to be the talk of the 10 towns at the moment. Harron Salk would be a good lead, perhaps. See if we can get him to talk. Apparently he hasn't been very chatty, so we'll see how we go.
and probably looking for Dirth. The Duraga.
Dirth.
Yes.
He was
Dirth.
waiting for a ferry.
The guy with the Charlatan.
Right.
We had killed his brother.
Oh.
Kill his brother, didn't we?
We murdered his brother.
Nah, it's
Oh.
not murder.
Manslaughter?
Dwarf slaughter?
Self-defense.
A little bit of
Manslaughter
murder.
still. A little bit of manslaughter.
Dabbling in everything.
As we
Okay.
walk out of Sveta's that morning, the new quarter stuff that she has given to Woden, you see him kind of like balancing in his hand, getting the weight for it, and then he grabs it tightly, flicks his wrist over, and like does this big like spin with the staff, and then sort of swings it down and brings it to like a complete stop. And like you can kind of tell that he's not just used to using Beefcliff, like he's been trained in other weapons as well.
Those are very fanciful moves.
Yes, I learnt that at university.
Is it a defensive stance or defensive twirling?
It was more just getting the weight right for the staff. I haven't used this staff before.
How does it feel?
That feels great. Thank you, appreciate
I'm
that.
glad. Well, hopefully you can find Beefcliff again, but it should suffice.
I mean, as much as I love Beefcliff, it's probably for the best that he's gone.
Are you sure about that? Beefcliff's an icon.
Well,
You named a dog after him.
No, he named the dog
no,
Dogcliff.
yeah, that's not after Beefcliff. That's totally unrelated.
Oh, yeah, totally unrelated.
Totally, completely unrelated.
I'll lower my voice just so like only you can hear it. Say, is it because the bloodthirstiness?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh. I'll have like a look of disappointment on my face. Okay.
Hey, Sveta, hey, whoa. I'm still bloodthirsty. Just Beefcliff's not here.
Yeah?
We can still be the desecrators.
Okay.
It's fine.
Good. Oh, good. Okay.
I'll just use this trusty staff that you've given me.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah. Less blood, though. Is that okay?
No.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even joking.
Do you have anything sharper?
No, you got the dagger.
I do have a dagger. I'll tie a dagger to the end of my quarterstaff.
Please do.
Oh, God.
Improvised
And it's
javelin.
like, you notice that there's a lot of glee in like Sveta's eyes, like trying to convince you to like make this as deadly as possible.
By the time we get to East Haven, it's going to be like one of those baseball bats with nails sticking out of it.
It's like
Like a barbed wire wrapped around it.
you've
It's
got
like-
like bottles on your fingers. You're like,
Warriors.
come out to play.
It's got like several knives taped to the side of it as well.
Just ends up looking like a Dead Rising 2 creation.
Yeah. Good. Okay, good.
The bloodletting potential. Should we go and say goodbye to Olivessa and
Shanda.
Shanda? Thank you.
We don't really need that permission to leave.
No, we're just...
I mean,
permission. We're just to
she
inform
wanted
them.
us to leave. Maybe we should leave a note just in case they come looking?
I'll nail it to my door.
With the guard.
I'll get
Out
some
bloodletting. Be back later.
Out desecrating, thank you.
Desecrating.
Sacrilege. I don't have a notepad. Oh, I'll leave a note on the door.
Yeah.
Alright.
Be back later.
Okay. So,
Be back eventually.
BBE.
sometime. So, you guys pack up what belongings you have, remembering shields this time, and
Yes.
blankets,
And the bundle of sticks.
a bundle of sticks. You've got a dog cliff with you, you've got an auto with you, and you leave town.
Sorry. Were there any cells available?
Uh,
It's going to be a bit of a pickle.
I thought you had a full kit.
We can get some when we
I
get
think
to
I
East Haven.
think I burned them up. I gave one to old mate. I gave one to
You got a brand new kit from the
what's
from
his
the
name?
Verbig den.
Oh, you did.
I did.
Yeah,
It's a full
Yeah,
stack
that's
too.
There's
right.
a full kit in the Burbig Den.
What if I got one?
He's just been eating it all night.
According to this,
Oh, South.
Once you pop the gun stuff.
well, in that case, I've got 9.
Horatio,
Not
this
one.
is an intervention.
If you used one from like your original kit, you still have
2.
10.
No, I've
yeah.
got. So, yeah, that means I would actually have 10 because I had 12 in total, 12
Yep.
charges. So
Yep.
now I'm back to just 10.
And it's a new
Yes.
day, so you can salve any of us.
Oh yeah,
Group salve sesh.
show me them cheeks.
Sveta, you know that it's going to be about 5-ish hours, maybe slightly longer to get to East Haven from here.
Yep.
Make a survival check.
No.
Whoa.
No.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, so
no.
you guys are on the
Like
way.
assistance?
Sure.
Assist.
Thank. Sorry.
The help action.
Sorry. Thank
Help
you.
a sister out.
Thank you. It's pretty bad. 12.
Oh, it's definitely. Wait, really? 12?
Yeah, it's a 6.
He's rolling for doom.
Eh.
Okay. You think it looks at the moment, after the new moon, the weather looks clear and looks to hold all day.
Should be a good day. I can transform into a horse if we want to get there a little bit sooner.
Did we establish before if you're able to carry all of us or not?
We did last time.
No,
Going towards the
2.5
Furbeak.
people.
Two and a half
you
men.
also used both of your wild shapes already.
No, that was
That
yesterday.
was yesterday.
That was, the morning before the full moon.
Oh,
before
true.
the moon.
Yeah, true. Sorry.
She only needs to rest for an hour to
Yep.
get back as well.
Oh, easy piece.
Cool.
Short rests are good.
Yeah. If you don't mind, Sveta, yeah.
Yeah, just to get there a little bit sooner, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, 2 hours of horse.
Okay. That translates into 3 hours instead of 5.
I mean, but
Mental
like
math.
2 hours of horse, then 1 hour of rest, and then 2 hours of horse,
Oh,
and
God.
then 1 hour of rest.
Takes you 3 hours to get there.
We can walk for the last hour. It's fine.
So, you start approaching, you take the right on the Eastway, and you start approaching East Haven.
Yes.
On the outskirts of town, there's a few things to note as you're coming in. One, you see a figure of a man, naked, kneeling on the road beside you. Getting closer, you do recognize this as a sacrifice to a reel, where someone is stripped naked and they walk out of the city into the wild. He's obviously died from exposure, and over the course of the night has frozen.
Do I recognize him?
Yes, it's you. No, you don't recognize. You don't recognize him.
I'll look away. I'm not even looking at him.
So that's the first thing you notice.
May Killenvor judge you fairly.
The second thing you notice is as you are arriving within the town limits, you can see a sign that in common reads, "Watch thy pouch."
Watch thy pouch. Sveta, what does that mean? Are we going to get robbed here?
There's tricky fingers around. People may steal from you.
Tuck my purse in my jacket, a cloak.
Maybe wrap it up with something, like a rope or leather strap.
Only if I had leather strap. Oh my god, I do have leather straps.
If only I had leather straps.
But we'll watch out for each other. Otherwise, some little trixies will steal from you.
Does
We're
that
at
make
the-
cloak up?
We're at the gate. Is there a big gate or anything?
For
Just
East
go straight
Haven, let me switch over.
Just, yeah. Well, if you do get stolen from, don't bother reporting it to anyone.
Why is that?
It's kind of legal here. They kind of turn a blind eye to it.
So it's basically the Wild West? Whatever that might be?
You can't
The
go
Wild East,
killing
the
everyone
Wild
that
East.
you see, but stealing's fine in the higher-ups' eyes.
Wow.
Svetter is puffy, by the way.
Yes, so much puff.
Puff.
Coming into East Haven is different to coming into Bryn Shander. Where Bryn Shander is fortified with walls, East Haven not so much. There's no walls that delineate the town limits, only those signs that you see. Walking into East Haven is like stepping into Icewind Dale's past. The place is a living example of the Boontown way of life that gripped all of Ten Town centuries ago. In generations since, as other towns have settled into a predictable pattern of existence, East Haven has continued to grow and reinvent itself. After the Eastway was paved, East Haven evolved into a frontier trader's paradise, fueling the jealousy of its neighbours. So this town, rather than that sort of like very rigid structure, is more organic. It's right on the lake, or the luck, where there's several docks that sort of spoke out from the town.
Several ducks.
Coming in from the Eastway, you start hitting sparse properties as you run into the more dense township. There are several landmarks here, but you know that on this way you would eventually hit the town hall, sort of in the middle of town. To your left is some of the docks. and you have a couple of inns and notable taverns here as well. As you get into town, the crowd starts to pick up. Unlike other towns where you might have milling about people or a few sparse people sort of keeping themselves from the weather, this is more like a proper city in the rest of Faerun. People are about, there's crowds of people that are moving along the main arterial roads where you're coming in. And as you're coming into town, you started noticing more traffic coming to and from, either by horse or by dog sled.
Is the river completely frozen over, or is it just like...
You'd have to get closer to take a look at the ferry, probably. On the main road in, you sort of get swamped by a group of people. Everyone roll perception check.
It's happening.
Oh, God. 6.
21.
9.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oh, no.
7.
You get swamped by people, and it's only later, Horatio, you realise that your coin purse is gone. Whatever money you had in it is gone.
Shit.
As someone with sticky fingers looks like they've come through.
Even though I did my cloak up, they're too damn good, or maybe I'm just too damn not perceptive.
Like, after that, I would, have Horatio and Woden, if they're in the front, I'd, squish myself against them. So nothing else comes near me.
He's going to be doing the usual of, sticking, in the middle between them to attract the least amount of prying eyes.
Tight formation. That's effective.
As you come into the city proper along the main Eastway Road, you start hearing sort of cries in the distance. Like someone's yelling. And there seems to be, a group of people in front of you moving towards the center of town.
Should we check out the yelling?
We might as well.
Yeah.
Who's yelling?
Okay. You get closer and closer, and eventually you make your way outside the front of the town hall, where you can see on, not a stage, but on a, say, a masoned block in front of the town hall, you can see a man that's strung up to a, on a stake, with all wood piled around him. He's wearing nothing except for red straps and cloth that's sort of covering his waist, and that's about it, and his head's down. And someone else beside him, obviously a town crier, is Dazan the Red Wizard, you have been charged with murder, unnatural raising of the dead, thieving, which, quite minor in this case, I suppose, and desecration of bodies. The guilty verdict has been handed down, and you are to be executed. And you can see that the man also has, he's gagged as well. He's got, a red strip that's covering his mouth.
Is he bald?
Yes. Yes, he
Why
is.
not?
Oh, they just called him a red wizard.
Yes, yes, he is. He looks over to him and says, "The customary thing is to give the accused and the damned final words. However, given that you are a red wizard, no such honor will be given to you. May the gods, in their infinite wisdom, guide you in your afterlife." And he steps down, and 2 men with torches step up. I'm going to read this to you. A crowd has gathered in front of the town hall to watch the public execution of Dazan, a human wizard who, despite the efforts to disguise himself, was recognized and arrested for crimes that he has inflicted upon Dale folk. He has been bound to a stake and gagged. Members of the militia use torches to light the straw tucked around his feet. Fanned by the wind, the fire catches quickly. Dazan does not struggle or scream, as he is quickly engulfed in flames. Bundled up spectators move closer to the human bonfire, eager to feel its warmth.
Jesus.
Let's keep a low profile.
Is that the usual treatment for...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Note to self, don't murder or desecrate.
Well, he's dead.
Thieving maybe. allowed.
Sveta, we're going to have to keep it on the down low.
Yes, a good thing you
While
don't
we're
have Beefcliff anymore.
That's true.
It was
I hear people talking about desecration.
Nope, nothing.
No, we're talking
Sorry, it
about
was that guy that just
desiccation.
I thought I heard desecration talk over here.
I really need to go to the toilet. I was talking about defecation.
Oh. Alright, that's okay. You can shit in the streets.
Perfect.
It is a big town.
Just thievery going on over
Just
here.
thieving. It's only thieving.
Just even.
Just
Good
carry
old
on.
tradition of East Haven. Thieving.
classic us. Always be thieving.
Are they talking about desecration? No, they're talking about thieving. It's okay. As this man is barely reacting to being consumed by fire, a brilliant light as a towering inferno begins, and the embers start sparking and dazzling into the sky. Where do we want to go? What do we want to do here in East Haven? What an introduction. We'll find out next week on Reflex.
Let's visit
yeah.
the information booth.
Don't do thieving. Note to self, no thieving.
Only
Maybe a
thieving.
little
No,
bit
thieving is good.
Thieving is okay.
of... Little bit of thieving.
Light bit of thing.
Murder, desecration, corpses, and necromancy. That's okay.
This episode of D&D Around the Table brought to you by Onyx Monty.
Listen, I'll totally do like a weekly episode thing where we just talk random crap about D&D.
I mean, that's basic. Me and Callum might as well start recording the chit chat on the car ride home because that's
as well.
basically what that is.